Hey, what's going on everybody? So in today's video, I am going to share with everyone how to fix their tail light if their bulbs are fine, but they're still getting a replace tail light bulb notification on their dash. So one thing that is a common issue with rear tail lights for the Mercedes-Benz W220 is the corrosion. And you can see here, I've already started sanding a lot of the corrosion off where I'm going to be soldering. So you can see right there, but that's the corrosion that I'm talking about. It just starts to build up. So I guess it's from, just the weather and everything like that and time. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just cleaning off the surfaces where the bulb makes contact. So you can see here, I'm going to use some flux. And one of the biggest secrets to really getting this project to work is making sure you sand that metal tab really well and adding a lot of flux. So you can see here I have my soldering iron and I'm just going to solder some solder onto this metal tab right here and try to keep your tail light level so that the flux doesn't run like it did right there. But you just want to go ahead and run some solder over that metal part where it's going to come in contact with your light bulb and make sure that you get a good wetting action with your solder so that it sticks and you have really good protection. So that's what it looks like. And you can see right there, that's a really good outcome. I'm happy with that. So now we're going to move on to the second part. And I bet you didn't know that this tail light has a fog light. Pretty interesting. If you did know, leave a comment down below. And if you did know, leave a comment down below and let me know. So you can see right here, I didn't sand well enough. So you see how it's not wetting, how it's not sticking. So remember, when you are sanding, you really want to take your time and really get through all of that top layer so that you get a good wetting action. That right there is not a good wetting action. That's terrible, and you won't get a good result. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a solder wicking strip and just remove the solder just like that. So you can see how the solder just easily gets soaked back up into that copper strip, and voila, we don't have any more solder. Voila, voila, voila. Let me know in the comments if I said that right. All right, so you can see right there I got like a little ball of solder. That's not a big deal. We're going to just flatten that out with the iron, and then we're going to sand over that, so no big deal there. And remember, sand, sand, sand. Sand really well. You can see there that we got some better, like it's sanded a little bit better, so we're going to give it another shot. And remember, lay on that flux nice and thick. Okay, we're going to come in, and you can see right there, instantly, it's just wetting a lot better. So that's good. That's what we want. We want really nice wetting action, and the solder is adhering to the metal. Great. So now we're going to clean it up. We're going to clean all that flux and get ready to test it out. So look at that. Nice and thick, which is good. That's what we want. We actually want to raise up the level so that the light, the little tabs touch without us, they touch more positively. So we're going to go ahead and test our light bulb to make sure that it's making contact with the solder. And you can see right there it is. That's really good. And so we're going to just check to make sure that the other side is making good contact as well. And you can see right there that it is. So that's really good. And I'm really happy with that. And so that's one of the things that you want to check for when you're doing this project, is to make sure that you're getting good contact. And another way that you can check that is when you remove the light, it's going to leave some markings. So just take a look at those markings and see where they end. And you can see that they end right there, well within tolerance for the soldering. So you can see right there, it ends right there, well within tolerance. So I'm happy with that. That's perfect. All right, so now we have one more to do, And, another thing you can do is lift up these tabs a little bit and just, that way you ensure that like you getting firm pressure onto the metal strip, onto the solder. And that's just going to help with, making sure that you're connecting that circuit and those bulbs are going to turn on and you're not going to get an error message on your dash. All right, so here's the third one, and I don't know which one activates the fog light, but there's three. And you can tell if you can do this by just hooking up your bulb to like a battery, like a 9-volt battery, and you'll see one row of the metal light up and not the other. And then you'll switch to another tab and you'll see the other row light up. So that's how you can tell when the fog lamp is being activated. All right, so same thing, lots of flux, get the heat just right, and lay on that solder, make sure that it wets well, and you can see that right off the bat, this is wetting great. In the area that we want it, and you can see right there that that's where we want it, close to that edge. Maybe just like, you can see here, I'm kind of just going back over it, just making sure that, I'm covering my bases and everything like that. All right, so I like that. That looks really good. Happy with that. And we're just going to go ahead and clean it up. Once again, really make sure that you clean up all that flux so that, you don't get any kind of issues later on. All right, so we're going to test it again just to make sure that it's making contact. You can kind of see right there that it is. Boom, look at that. Making like solid contact. Really happy with that. So we're going to just remove the bulb and double check to see where that little scribe line ends. And you can see it ends well within tolerance. Super happy. Again, they're all great. So the solder is complete and I'm really happy with it. And this solder is going to add a lot of protection, more protection than what came with it. So one thing I advise is you can put silicone on the metal rails, but not on the contact points. Avoid putting silicone on the contact points, but you can put silicone like all on the exposed railing there. And that'll help protect it against the weather. So if you're buying tail lights for the first time, then that's something to do. All right, we're just going to go ahead and put on our weather stripping here. And that's important. Okay, so let's see that rear fog light. And to activate the rear fog light, you want to go into these two modes right here. You see that little arrow over where that's pointing? Can someone tell me what that is? Leave a comment down below. And that's your manual low beam. And so those two modes right there, you're going to just pull out. See how it pushes in? So you're just going to pull that knob out. That activates your front fog light. See how those lights turn on? And then these are the HIDs, the xenons, and then the lower yellowish lights, those are going to be the fog lights right there. And then if we pull this out one more time, I believe, right? So you're going to see, I'm going to pull it out one more time, and then that's going to activate the rear fog lights. So you're going to pull it out twice, and you can see right there, see that light on the right, how it's super bright. It's brighter than all the other lower daytime running tail lights. See this light right there, super bright. That's your rear fog light. A lot of people in the JDM world, like, they kind of hunt for that light in America. So it's really cool that the Mercedes has it OEM factory. All right, so you can see I turned it off and now the lights are normal again. See, like right there, the light's not super bright. It's matching with the other lights. So, and you can see that the light is off. And this is in manual mode once again, but interesting thing enough, and it'll also go into this mode, which leave a comment down below if you know. But in auto, it doesn't do it. See, in auto, it doesn't do it. So I don't know if auto is automatically turning on the fog light when you need it to. It's like, does fire know it's hot? Does a knife know it's sharp? So it could be one of those things. I don't really look at my car in the third person, but you need it to be in these two modes, in 2 and 1. So I hope this helps. See you guys next time.